Hey ladies, it's Tiffany Wellinghoff, and I am here today to give you some training on how to support your new consultants. So I have lots of notes written down today. I have some visuals for you because I'm a visual learner, and then I have some files that I'll upload to the Facebook page when I'm done with the training. So I want to talk to you today about how to support your new consultant because we get really excited when we're trying to recruit our first consultant and we get her on our team and into our 31 family, and then we have no clue what to do with her. So the goal of this is to help these consultants get started really strong, to get them qualified, to help them hit their start swells, so that they stay with us even longer. And 31 has some awesome statistics on if they hit even at least one level of start swell, how much longer they stay with the business. So it's a huge thing, and especially if they end up hitting all 4 levels of start swell, not only will it keep them in the business longer, but it will actually show you who your potential leaders are going to be on your team. And so that's not always where we find our leaders, but I just want to say if they're hitting all 4 levels of start swell, you better be paying attention to them. So let's talk today real quick about getting your new consultants started off correctly, started on the right foot and keeping them strong. And like I said, I have visuals. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about, there are 4 main things that I feel are important when you're getting your consultant started. And the first and foremost is getting to know her. Because a lot of times we have these women on our team and we don't really know a lot about them. If we met them at a party, or if they're a home office lead, or depending on how we met them, if they're not a friend or family member that we knew before, we don't know a lot about them. So really getting to know her is part of it. And my visual for you on that is called the New Consultant Contact Sheet. And I know my video is going to make this backwards, but I will upload this file to the Facebook page, so you don't have to worry. So this is the New Consultant Contact Sheet, and I'll just hold it back here so you can kind of see. It's a 1-page document. It is out on 31today.com. It's fantastic. I love that it's all on one sheet. And if you're not using this, this is the first place to start because you're going to really want to get to know her. And this is where you can record some great information about her. And then you can put any notes or anything on the back. And if you're doing this for every new team member and you put it in a folder or binder, it's going to be a great way to find any information you need on them. And I would keep them all together in that binder at least for their first 4 months during their start swell period so that you always know where to find the information. And this pink box up in the corner is probably my favorite part because it puts all her start swell dates right there in that little pink box for you because she sees it every time she logs into TOT, but you don't see that. So I think it's a great place to start. So my first of my 4 tips for starting somebody off strong is getting to know her. And we do talk about her why. I know we do that, but here's what I'm going to say. In this section right here, it does say her why. What I'm going to say to you is they don't know what a why is. That's 31 language. So what I would say to them is if you're having this conversation before she joins, you're going to say, if you were to start 31 today, if you were to sign up today, why would you do it? Why would you join 31? So don't ask her why, but just instead say it in a different way. And really what you're trying to get at is you're going to try to peel back the layers. So if she says, well, we really could use some more money, then you can actually say to her, well, that's awesome. This is a great way to make extra money on a flexible schedule. Why is it that you feel like you need extra money right now? And she may say, well, I have kids in sports and we have pay to play for our 3 children. And so this will just be a great way to have supplemental income to pay that. And then you can ask her how that will make her feel to be making that money to help with the pay to play. And eventually you might get at something a lot deeper than that. But either way, you're going to know more than we need to make extra money. So in that my why section, you don't want it to say, I need extra money, or I need girl time, or I need something surface level. You want to know the why behind the why, if you will, because that will help you to connect with her later. So that's just a little tip there about don't ask her why. Ask her why she would join. If she were to join today, why would she join? Or if she's already signed up, you can just say, what was the thing that excited you most about 31? What drew you to the company? So there's a lot of different ways that you can get to her why, and some of that's going to come out when you ask her about her family, when you ask her about if she works outside the home. So you'll hopefully be able to get at that. So that's where we start. New consultant contact sheet is step 1. And then step 2 for me with a new consultant, and this is hopefully before they join, is setting their party, their launch date, setting their business launch party. So I always say they need to set a business launch party and 5 other parties. That would be 6 parties total, and my goal is for them to do those 6 parties in their first 2 months. I guess 2 to 3 months, depending on what they have time for in their schedule, because they would, have 3 parties their first month, maybe 3 their second month, or if they only want to do 2, 2, and 2 and spread it out across 3 months, or if they want to do 6 parties in their first month. But I think 6 parties is a great way to get them started. So their launch party is 1 and then 5 others. And the way that I get them to think about the 5 other parties, and here's my visual for you for the launch party, because this is my party calendar. This is how I do it, my open dates and my parties. So this was my visual for the launch date to remind me to tell you. But the way that I get them to figure out who those 5 people are, as I said, if you were to start your 31 business today, who are the first 5 people you would tell? So you're basically tricking them into answering this question. They don't know that they're answering potentially who their first 5 hostesses are, because if you say to them, who are the first 5 people that you would want to host parties? They're going to just look at you like a deer in the headlights, and because they're afraid. They're afraid to ask those people. But if you say, if you join 31 today, who are the first 5 people you'd be excited to tell? Write those names down. Those are going to be the names that she's going to ask first. So that's a tip. Is the tip number 2 is to set the launch party date and help her figure out who her other 5 hostesses are going to be. Tip number 3 is her training. So this is the part that we typically aren't sure exactly where to go or what to do. So training is so easy now because 31 has come up with some amazing tools. And if you haven't been on 31today.com in a while, you have no idea what's at your fingertips. So I'm going to tell you there's 2 main things that you're going to use for training. You're going to use 31today.com, and I'm going to tell you exactly where to go for that. And you're also going to use the brand new consultant welcome guide. So this is the welcome guide. If you were at our August event, you received one of these at the event. And if you weren't, I am going to upload a copy to the Facebook page, but you can also find it on 31today.com. This is actually what comes now in their pink box with their business materials. And if for some reason they can't find it, or they say they lost it, or they never got it, they can download it as a PDF on 31today.com. So there's no excuse for you as the person who sponsored them or the new recruit not to have this, because it's absolutely awesome. So this in TOT. Now, with 31today.com, what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to have to look at my notes for this, there's a couple different areas that you're going to go to, but the main one that you want to share with them is when you're looking at the main dashboard, up at the top, you'll see Improve My Skills. You're going to click on Improve My Skills, and then you're going to see a bunch of things listed. One of those options is New Consultant. So you're going to click on New Consultant, and then once you get to New Consultant, you're going to see New Consultant homepage, and then underneath that, you're going to see 5 steps for a new consultant. I actually direct them to click on the homepage first, and let me tell you why. Because if they click on the homepage for new consultants, it has a video from Cindy, which I think is critical. I think it's like a 7-minute video, so it's a great video from Cindy. It's a great way for them to put her face with the name of the company. And so I really think that they need to see that video. There's also the PDF welcome guide there, a link to it if they need to download it. So the video and the welcome guide are reason enough for them to go out to that homepage. And then along the side of that homepage is actually the 5 steps for the new consultant. So they can actually get to the 5 steps there anyway. So direct them to the homepage. So it's Improve My Skills, New Consultant homepage. And your goal is just to get them there. And if you didn't know this, you can actually create favorites on your on 31today.com. There's a little heart at the top of every single page on 31today.com. And if you click the heart, I guess it's like an empty heart. And if you click it, it fills it in. It actually creates a favorite link and puts it on the dashboard of your main page when you log in. So when you log in, anything that you've clicked the heart on, if you scroll down to your quick links section, you're going to see that there. So that's definitely, as a new consultant, I tell her to make that one of her favorites, make it a quick link so that when she logs into her dashboard, she doesn't even have to go to Improve My Skills, new consultants homepage, and whatever step she's on. She can just click on that quick link right on her main page. So that's the TOT information. You're going to direct her there, and there's going to be tons of details under each of the 5 steps. And if you yourself have not seen it, my challenge to you is to go out there and look at it. And that's going to be part of the homework, so you're going to have to go out and look at it. Okay. The other piece for training is the welcome guide. So actually, even though this sounds overwhelming, it's super simple. You're directing her here, and you're directing her to 31today.com. There is so much information out there if she wants to learn, and you can help her walk her through it. So even when she first opens this welcome guide, out here, it's going to talk, in the welcome guide, it's going to talk to her about creating her list of 62. It's going to talk to her about planning her launch party. It's going to talk to her about getting to know her products and her enrollment kit. And then it actually is going to talk to her right here on this page about her resources on TOT. And that actually links her to, like, it tells her to go out to the search bar and just type in new consultant training. So it's going to get her out to that training I was just referencing if you take her there. It also is going to talk to her about her Start Swell. It's going to talk to her about bookings and hostess coaching and the WOW party. So this welcome guide and after the party and all kinds of stuff. But it's really, really awesome, and I think it's just awesome. So if you have not seen the welcome guide, you need to go out and download it right now. And that's also going to be something that's part of your homework, so you're not going to get out of that either. But this guide is fantastic. I did want to say right in the middle of, I'm not sure if the electronic ones have this or not, now that I'm saying this. But and you can, like I said, they get this in their kit. So when they get this in their kit, there's this middle section here that looks like the roadmap that you guys have seen before. When I opened it up, I actually thought it was just like our normal seasonal roadmap. It's not. In the corner, it says New Consultants, 120-day roadmap to success. This is actually a roadmap for their Start Swell period. So it's awesome because they can actually pull this part out of the center and put it in their office or put it someplace where they're going to see it every day on their desk or somewhere. And then keep the guide separate. So this roadmap is awesome. Don't mistake it for our seasonal roadmap. It's specifically for them and as a new consultant. Okay, so that was tip 3. The last tip I'm going to give you to get her started off in my 4 tips is the CER. We are about celebrating, encouraging, and rewarding. So my visual for you is my little woohoo card that this is just an idea of something that you can do. You're going to be woohooing her, whether it's a card, whether it's on Facebook, whether you send her a text message with a red stamp, however you want to do that. Learn enough about her to know what is most appealing to her. If she's a private person, then posting something on her Facebook wall is not ideal. You would rather send her either a text message or a card in the mail. If she does like for her friends and family to know what she's doing and that she's doing well and that wouldn't bother her, then I think it's an awesome idea to put it on her Facebook wall. But CERing her and motivating her is going to be one of the things that keeps her there. Keeps her here with you and with 31. So it's really important because if you've connected with her at the beginning in tip 1, where I say get to know her, and you're CERing her along the way, and you're providing her the training, and she's setting a launch date, and she's setting other parties up, really it's going to be hard for her to fail if you're doing those 4 things. So I'm going to recap real quick. Getting to know her by using our new consultant contact sheet, or if you have a sheet you like better, then you can use that, but this is out there for you. It's a tool that's out there for you. Setting her launch date, and so get your calendar, get her calendar, figure that out. Training on both TOT and our new consultant welcome guide, and then last, making sure that you CER her along the way. So the one thing I was going to tell you too, is that in addition to what I mentioned on TOT for her, there's some other information and training out there for you. So there's, you can go under Improve My Skills in Recruiting, and there's actually a section called Starting Her Off Strong. That's another place you can get that new consultant contact sheet. And that's actually where the new consultant contact sheet is under recruiting and under starting her off strong. And then there's a link to new consultant contact sheet. And then if you're a leader, you can go under improve my skills, for leaders only, leading my team, developing new consultants. And there's a whole bunch of information there, but there's also that new consultant contact sheet there. If you are not a leader and you think there might be something out there that's helpful, ask your director and see if you can look at that page with her. To be honest, everything that you're really going to need is in the new consultant homepage that I referenced for your new consultant. And then under recruiting, that new consultant contact sheet is there. So everything you're really going to need is out there. Okay, so now it is homework time. I am going to upload the welcome guide, but you can also get it out on TOT. I'm going to upload the new consultant contact sheet so that you can see that. So you'll have those two tools already. Here is your homework. There are 3 pieces to your homework. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to print out 5 to 10 of these new consultant contact sheets. Now, if you have nobody on your team right now and recruiting is new, just print out as many as you think, because that means the minute you get your first recruit, you're going to have a contact sheet ready to go to fill out with her. If you already have people on your team, I want you to print out enough for the people you already have, plus at least 5 more for your new recruits that you're going to get this season. So print out those contact sheets. Then I want you to download the welcome guide. Or if you have yours from the August event, you're all set. I just need to be able to see it. So I'm going to tell you what to do with all this in a minute. So you download the guide off of the Facebook page or TOT, or you can just pull out your guide that you got at the August meeting. And then the last thing, part 3 of the homework is you're going to go on TOT to the place that I mentioned, which was Improve My Skills, New Consultant, and New Consultant homepage. And you are going to tell me the 3 favorite things that you learned. And I want you to go to the homepage. I want you to watch the video from Cindy. I want you to go into each of the 5 steps, and I want you to really look at what's in each of the 5 steps so that when you're doing this with a new recruit, you know exactly what's in there. And honestly, this is something you should do each new season because our company is awesome and they update our training materials. So I make it a point to look at the new consultant information each new season. So at least twice a year, you need to be looking at what's out there. But I want you to go through the video in all 5 steps, and I want you to tell me your 3 favorite things that you learned in that new consultant section. So that's your homework. Print out the new consultant contact sheets, download the welcome guide and print it out, or have this one here. And then I want you to tell me your 3 favorite things you learned. And the way we're going to know that you did what you were supposed to with the contact sheet and the new consultant welcome guide is you're going to take a picture of it on your phone and you're going to upload it under this training. So you can upload it into the comments under this training. So I want to see a picture of your contact sheets. I want to see a picture of your welcome guide. And then in your comments, I want to know the 3 things that you learned. How's that? So 3 things. So ladies, just to recap, your 4 steps or your 4 tips for getting a new consultant started right is getting to know her, setting a party launch date and 5 other parties on her calendar, leading her and directing her to what training is available to her, and then making sure we celebrate, encourage, and reward her. That's it. Those are the 4 things. And your director and your upline is there to help you do all that. But I want you to take control so that they can come to respect and love you as their sponsor and that you guys have a great relationship. So I hope that's helpful. And good luck, ladies.